And I ask myself, why is it that Chef Maurice finds it offensive that at his job he has Mexican music sounding the whole day because that's what his colleagues are playing. And I say to myself, is that racist if you don't like it?
No, of course not.
I mean, I reckon it gotta be a little bit racist.
I mean, if you're listening to that shit 10 hours a day for 5 days a week, that's 50 hours of all regional Mexican banda.
Okay.
Like I've heard songs and people that I have never heard of before.
I mean, I am putting a little bit. I'm putting you a little bit on the spot, right? I'm throwing you under the bus, as I say. But it is true, right? Like, you work at a restaurant. A lot of your co-workers are from the Mexican regions. and they put a lot of Mexican music. And hey, yeah, nothing against the Mexican music. I myself, I'm quite fond of it. But I can see how you feel a certain way if they play it 24/7. And like, there's no variance. Like, it's just that, right? They don't change it.
On Saturday they put like maybe an hour. I want to think it's an hour of bachata.
Okay.
But it ended because when I went back to the dishwashing area, it ended being only Romeo Santos.
Okay, which is not the best type of bachata.
I also don't know what's the best, but that's the only one I know.
Right.
So it ended up being about an hour of Romeo Santos and then just straight back to reality.
And then back to Mexican regional music. Okay. And at times, did you feel, and this is natural, I mean, this podcast is a beacon of light in the sense that it's a safe place, right? You can be yourself and you don't have to be afraid of people judging you, That's them. That's their own insecurities. Did you at times feel like, damn, when you're listening to that music nonstop, some thoughts come to your mind that you're like, am I having racist thoughts? Like, are you doubting yourself a little bit? No, you can be honest. It's okay.
I'm doubting myself in the choice that I made. I did ask if it was possible to
change it,
to turn that shit off.
Oh, you to turn it off altogether.
Like, literally, just let's turn it off. It's the first restaurant I ever worked at that during service there's music in the dishwashing area.
I would dare to say that this is the first restaurant you work at where people are fun.
Okay, well, that's a different way of seeing it. And I simply went like, can we turn this shit off? And the answer surprised me because this person was a white Midwestern male. Everything stereotypical about white people. This guy was it. And his answer surprised me. And it made a lot of sense to me. He was like, they have pretty much the worst job at a restaurant. They are covered in shit for 5 hours. If listening to that music makes their job and their time more pleasant, then let them listen to Regional Mexicana, Tucanes de Tijuana for 5, 6, 10 hours.
Okay. So you understood it.
And right away, I'm like, damn, he is right.
I think this is a learning experience. It's beautiful because you started to see what is the cost of dealing with other people, right? Like, what's the cost of being a sous chef at a place, right? Where you have to be also, aside from being the artist, the main food artist, you also got to be a manager. You have a managerial position where you have to, keep count of people, making sure everybody's doing good. So, yes, is it ideal? is it ideal? Like when we created this business plan that we were gonna have loud regional Mexican music playing while the service is being done? No. I mean, nothing against Mexico, blank anything in there, Cuban music, Dominican bachata forever, like whatever it is, Venezuelan, country music, whatever it is. I could see how it could annoy some people, but you go with it because you're trying to make the people happy, and if they enjoy that, then you can move forward.
They might enjoy their job.
Now, I truly appreciate your whole insights in this, but I do want you to answer the question in these times, right, of pressure, where the shift is getting hard, you're getting a lot of plays, you're moving hard, people are fucking up, and you have that sound in your head of that music, and you're getting a little tired. Are there some racist thoughts that come into your mind? Like not ones that you like accept or approve of, but they just come into your mind, and you're trying like, hey, no, that's not what I would say.
I would never say that. I would never think.
You wouldn't even
that.
think it. You wouldn't even think it. Okay.
After a month of working there, I'm like, I love this music.
Okay. Well, I find you to be somebody very, someone to admire, because maybe that wouldn't be the case for me. I'm just.
I have asked other people how they feel about the music being played, and I can say that 90% of the people are in my boat. We're all in the same boat. But, the few, the proud, the dishwashers love it, so we gotta let it go. Okay. I think it's a battle I'm not willing to die. It's the hill I'm not willing to die on.
All right. No, and I think it's a safe and wise choice.
But now, on the other hand, would it be the same feeling if I was listening to, let's say, I don't know, reggaeton for 10 hours?
Yeah.
I think after a while, yeah, like I'll be tired of it because it's just repeating itself. But I'm basically listening to the same, I don't know, 50 songs, 100 songs every night. It's the same fucking song.
I mean, I think this is also an opportunity for you to grow within the Mexican culture and maybe learn a little bit, Maybe, before you, without even thinking about it, you start being a little bit less racist each time. So I think it's only positives.
Right.
But on that note of you having these racist thoughts, I wanted to touch on a few phrases or words, right? That along
I just hope somebody doesn't just clip that part and
that's literally that's one of the clips we're having, because like right now, remember that we're trying to have clips that are very sensationalistic, because that's what sells, right? It has to be like the secret thing you didn't know about this, click here, or like things like, oh, what you didn't know about Turkey, and you're like, what didn't I know? So that's gonna be clipped. But, there's phrases that we use or people use that maybe along the years have come to sort of be normalized, but the roots come from maybe a racist or discriminatory place. And, there's debate, should we continue to use them? So I'm going to throw some at you. And I want to know if you think,
racist.
If you think they're racist to say. Now, you're
putting me in a tough spot.
Yeah, so for example, the word gringo. This word is used by people in Latin America to refer to white people or foreigners, and not always in a nice way. While opinions differ on whether the word is truly offensive, it can certainly be taken as such and shouldn't be used in casual conversation. At least that's what this writer says, from this news article that I'm reading this from. Gringo, what do you think about it? Is it something that you use? Do you find it to be offensive? Should we not use it anymore at all?
We should use it. We should use it more.
Okay, elaborate.
No, I'm for the word. I think a lot of white people that I've met, they have come to terms with the word,
and they're cool with it.
They're cool with it. I'm like a gringo.
I think it's like the friends that I know that are Caucasian and from America, I guess. Yeah, they wouldn't be
Gringo.
they wouldn't mind being called gringo. And I'm in the camp of like, if things are already normalized, why like bring them back to some like racist thing? And it's never been racist. Like gringo, from what I understand, it was because the Cubans would see the military come in, and the boxes would say gringo. They would say gringo. That's one theory, but maybe not. But yeah,
I've also heard about Mexicans seeing the military in green, so they would call them green. And then the only part they could say is "go home." So green, go home.
okay,
Gringo.
that one that one probably makes sense too. So that could be it. But in that one, I agree with you. There's another one, for example, gypsy. It originated.
Gypsy.
It, as a gypsy, it originated when white Europeans mistook the Romani people for Egyptians because of the darker coloring. They have been discriminated against for centuries and are often unfairly labeled thieves, hence the racist expression getting gypped to refer to being cheated. So a gypsy.
Do you think, well, does that fall in the same category as gringo?
I think gypsy could be worst. And
Worse?
yeah, like I think there's places in Europe where that's not good. I associate it with like the Gypsy Kings, it's a flamenco group. But yeah, I do think that I wouldn't like defend this one hard. I think there's reasons to believe maybe this one we shouldn't be using it if anybody uses it, unless you're Borat in 2007, which was great.
Gypsies.
It's the gypsies. They're coming. So there's another one, for example. These ones are a little bit more obscure, but sold down the river. People now say this to mean that they feel betrayed or cheated, but it's actually a racist expression stemming from the fact that in the 19th century, American slave owners would often sell troublesome or misbehaving slaves to another plantation located further down the Mississippi River, where the living conditions were harsher.
So what's a word or is a phrase
Sold
again?
down the river.
Sold down the river. Okay. I didn't know about this one. I just found this one out.
Yeah, me neither. I haven't heard of it.
Do you think it's the connotation, it's racist, so I guess it is.
Yeah, this one, I'm fine with deleting it. We don't need to use this, but who knows? I think this could also mean a little bit like if you were in a main city, if you sold products farther down, the city, down the river, you were getting to less populated areas where maybe people were more like farmers and you could sell things that were worse to them, So, but yeah, I'm cool with deleting it. I approve it. This one is going to be a little crazy for you.
Now, okay, go ahead. I'll wait for it.
So let's look at this one. It's the children's rhyming song that goes eeny, meeny, miny, mo. In the next line, where it says, catch a tiger by the toe, the word tiger used to be an extremely racist word. So the song may refer to the process of selecting a slave or what was done to punish one who ran away. That one's a little heavy, right?
Heavy. Yeah, I went into a dark place right there.
It's a little crazy because it's such like a popular kids song, right? Like a little.
Well, if you keep going, it says, if he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I think let's get rid of that.
Yeah, we can get rid of this one.
At some point, this unfortunately gets to be part of the culture, right?
Yeah, some
at
of them.
schools they're teaching kids these songs, but hopefully, I want to think that they're not teaching them the racist connotation of it.
Of course not. They're using tiger.
I want to think that the tiger part was the N-word.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's no, it's a no for me.
That's a no. We can delete
Well,
it.
I've heard in Spain they say when like kids do something cute, they say like hacer el mono.
Hmm.
But what happens if that kid is of color and then that it just starts getting out of hand?
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. It's well, it's the world we live in. But
I don't
yeah.
I mean I don't want to condone any of this, but at the same time, this is a period of time where it is a reality, right? It was a reality. People were fucking racist back then. And as much as we hate it now, it was normal, and
I mean,
I don't want
some
to
things
get,
I think you can keep, and others, depending on how they are, you delete them. That's why we're here. We're here on an official selection from the government to make a decision on these phrases. So it's whatever we say. For example, this next one, you're gonna feel a little weird about this one. Long time no see.
I say that one a lot, and I don't know what comes after.
So this one apparently is mocking Chinese immigrants. Like instead of saying I haven't seen you in a long time, you're kind of mocking like us apparently, like long time no see. That's how they would do it, the racist.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay.
this is where it starts getting a little bit weird because to me this one is like, come on, this has, no harm. I love saying this. What's
This
up, bro?
one,
Long time no see.
this one's one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I do
like,
say it still.
so this one is hard, right?
I did not know it came from something like this. Well, but I'm guessing a lot of things that we say,
I mean, I
eeny,
will
miny,
say,
mo.
I will say, spoiler alert, the article that I'm getting this from does seem to be a little bit lefty. So it does seem that on some examples, although some are valid, others I think they're a little exaggerative. So for example, if we move to the next one, no can do. This short, snappy phrase, often used as a lighthearted negative response to a request, originated as a racist way for people to mock the broken English spoken by Chinese immigrants. So maybe take the extra second and say, I'm sorry, I can't do that. That's what this person says. And let me tell you something, no can do.
Wow.
No can do.
I'm learning a lot.
You say that a
I'm
lot
learning
too,
a
huh?
lot. Yeah.
What do you think
I
about that
thought
one?
I thought it was you were gonna come from like, I don't know, a Latino trying to speak, but it makes sense.
What do you mean? I don't get what you're saying.
I thought this saying was some sort of mockery towards Latino who couldn't speak English the right way, I guess.
I mean, I just find it to be like, hey, come on. This is a little bit like, I get it. Like, I guess the conversation is if something comes from a racist origin, does it necessarily mean that we have to delete it? Or is there nuance? Are there some that we can rescue? Like long time no see, no can do. I think we can agree those are now part of the lexicon.
Mm.
And I never like referenced it to anything Asian. So to me, it's just a little bit,
Are we? Is this episode being too woke?
we're not being woke at all. This is like we're fucked.
We're fucked.
What do you mean?
Any other expressions that you have on your list?
Yeah. So let me give you a couple more. Chop, chop. This phrase meaning hurry up comes from the Cantonese word cap or make haste. It is generally used condescendingly to someone the speaker considers to be below them in status, which only worsens the fact that it's making fun of the pidgin English spoken by Chinese immigrants. Chop, chop, motherfucker. So when you have a a worker that isn't doing their job quick enough, are we really gonna lose the ability to tell them chop chop, motherfucker?
Chop, chop.
I mean, come on, man. Like, are we even in America anymore? If we're not able to get to the job, you see fucking Ricardo eating shit. Hasn't cleaned any of the toppers, hasn't replaced the meats with the new ones for the next shift. And you're going to tell me that in America, land of the freedom, land of the brave, I cannot tell Ricardo, chop, chop, motherfucker? Then I don't even know if I want to live here anymore.
Are you for keeping it or against it?
No, I want to keep it.
You want to keep it?
But I kind of feel a certain way that the ones that I've been wanting to keep, they're all like of Asian descent. So now I feel like maybe I have a bias, or people are gonna think that. But I just feel like those three coincidentally fall within the categories of things that I would approve. And by God, by the fucking power that I'm bestowed by the government of the United States of Europe, I declare these three words to be legal again, and to continue to be in the public sphere.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
So we can put like a green check mark next to it.
We made
All
it.
right, what's next? You have another one?
No, I don't have another one. But do you have anything that you say in a daily basis that maybe you don't think it is racist, but it is? Like,
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell you because eeny, miny, mo to me was whatever.
right.
And
So you might be using a lot of racist things in your vocabulary.
And I
that
didn't
you
even fucking know.
And you don't even know.
No can do, bitch.
Right.
But you remember when we were kids at school, they would tell you like sit down Indian style.
Right.
That has to be a little racist.
Right, but I mean that is how the Indians sat, right?
I guess. Why were they sitting like that?
Because then what I'm saying is, if that's racism, are we to believe then that being an Indian is bad?
Some experts believe that the phrase means lotus position. A cross-legged meditation pose with roots in India. Then they switched it to crisscross applesauce.
Okay.
But I mean, Indian style, I still hear it. I mean, I don't go to schools now, but I still hear it in the park. I don't know.
Like if you hear it in school, would you say that's something that's like, hey, I don't want my kid learning about the racism stuff?
I don't know, because before we used to play like in the Indians and the Cowboys, right? Somebody was the cowboy with the horse and a gun, and then somebody would do an Indian with, a feather and whatnot. And did you think at 6, 7, 8, whatever age, that was racist? Probably not. You were just playing a game. So
later on, yeah. But
I mean, at 35, I still think it's a fun game to play. Huh?
So, for example, when you say something like, for example,
what about frijolero?
Frijolero?
Yeah. I've been called beaner before.
Beaner? You've been called beaner?
Yeah.
I mean, beaner is a little goofy.
It is. I think it's hilarious.
It's goofy. But, I mean, yeah, it's meant to hurt.
Because we eat
a lot of beans. We eat a lot of beans. I mean, I don't eat a lot of beans myself, but I understand geographically my people, they eat a lot of beans.
Right.
True. True.
I mean, they're not saying anything that is not true.
Yeah, I mean, beaners. If anything, is like, hey, God damn it, we respect you guys are the beaners. You know, you guys got the beans. You got to eat a lot of beans. You're the beaners. You know, like you can even make like a baseball team. You know, the South American beaners.
I would like to play for that team.
You know, in the bus, it's gonna smell like farts all day.
Mm.
But are they gonna be strong and they're gonna play good baseball? Hell yeah.
Well, now that you touch on it, the Cleveland Indians, they had to switch their name
For real?
because now they're known as the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh my god. That's dumb as fuck.
And
But you know what that says?
by far,
Is it bad to be an Indian?
what?
Or is it bad to be an Indian?
I don't know.
Or is it the
answer
case
no.
that they don't consider themselves to be called Indians? They're Native Americans. Because I think Indians came from like when they thought this was the Indies, right? That's why they call Indians to people in South America. The only thing is that in South America, we're like, oh yeah, you guys call us Indians? Ah, we're Indians, and that's it. So in South America, natives, they consider themselves Indians. But apparently, I mean, is that the fight? Because otherwise, if they do consider themselves to be Indian, then why would it be bad to be the Atlanta Indians? I mean, the Cleveland Indians.
I think that came more of the cartoonish logo that they had. They were depicted as an Indian with like very cartoonish features, and if I'm not mistaken, it was a red skin Indian.
Okay.
Let me look at it.
Okay.
But that also happened with the Washington Redskins. They were called the Redskins. The logo was a Native American with a red skin.
Now they're called the Barbasaurus.
Now they're like the whatever the fuck, Washington Commanders or whatever.
What the fuck, bro? That's
But-
so bad.
Yeah, so the logo, it's a Chief Wahoo, a very cartoonish looking. To me, one of the greatest baseball logos.
The what? The Redskins?
The Cleveland Indian.
Yeah. No, I mean that's why I'm bothered because like all these things are classics, and they're fucking it up with with this bullshit ET.
With this agenda.
Bro, but this agenda, I'm like super tired.
But I think like the Redskins were called the Redskins because of all the blood. It has a very negative history. And I guess that's also why, or one of the reasons why they changed the name.
All right. Well,
Are we the ones to decide
I mean,
what's good and what's not?
we can give our opinion.
We could.
It
but
is
we could also.
It's a free country still.
Yeah, you're right. Still.
Okay. Well, but on that racist note, I wanted to ask you, what did you think of the recent developments with Wendy's and them speaking about dynamic pricing? So what they were going to do is that depending on the time of the day and depending on the demand of the food, they were going to raise or lower the prices of the menu items. So it's kind of like a stock market. Depending on when you go, the price, the Wendy's triple double combo could be $7.99 or it could be $11.40, depending on what's happening. Chop chop. And then there was like a revolt about it. But what do you think?
I'm just hearing about this. My first impression is that I think it's gonna stay and it's gonna change the whole fucking dynamic of fast food. It's gonna be interesting because when you and I get out of the club at 3 or 4 in the morning and want a 24-hour Wendy's, it might be either cheaper or more expensive, depending on our state.
I mean, that's
If
probably
you're
when it's
too,
gonna be the most expensive. And I remember McDonald's used to do this back in the day. When they were open 24 hours, if you wanted to buy shit like at 3 in the morning, you could only get shit that was expensive. You couldn't get like the dollar menu or nothing. So
right, right.
this Wendy's dynamic pricing, I see it's kind of like when you're buying a ticket for a hotel or for a plane ticket. It changes depending on the day, depending on the demand. And with food, if you do that, you're able to get like less losses and more profit. But people backlash because, as I also think, it's like, come on, man, you go into these places, fast food joints, you want to know the price you're going to pay. You want to know that it's consistent what you pay already. And the price is already going up for these places anyways. I was always a fan of Wendy's. It was my favorite. I don't know how Wendy's is these days. There isn't Wendy's in Spain yet. So I haven't had Wendy's in years. But when I was in the U.S., Wendy's was my favorite for burgers. I mean, Chick-fil-A is overall my favorite, but Wendy's for burgers, better than Burger King and McDonald's. Have you had Wendy's recently? Is it good still? And what do you think about this price dynamics? Is it a little bullshitty?
I've had it recently. I think maybe in the past year. I've had it once, and it wasn't as good as I remember. But I'm with you on Wendy's being the best chain. I think I kind of like the idea, but I also think it might be the end or the start of something. You know, because it feels like, when you ask for an Uber, but you're in a place that's very heavily, I don't know. They want a lot of Ubers.
There's a lot of demand.
Right. So, but what kind of demand can Wendy's have on a Tuesday at 4 p.m. or?
I mean,
12?
I think if you think about it, the delivery platforms already work with this, because in a way, whenever like they have little sales, they'll be like, "Oh, 2 for 1 on the chicken fingers." You know what I mean? So they already do this. They already promote selling more in their low times, or like 30% off if you order now. The thing is weird to see that in the actual physical store, but you don't see it as weird when you order online. But there's times that you're like, oh, let me order now, let me order here because they got this offer or whatever. So it's the same shit. It's like if you were going to the store and they're like, hey, by the way, we haven't sold a lot of triple doubles. We'll hook you up on the 2 for 1s. I mean, that could be an official offer, or it could be your homeboy Juan that's working the cashier that day at the Wendy's, and he hooks it up because you sold him weed back in the day. For example, it's hypothetically speaking example that came to mind from like a thing that could happen.
But now that you mention it, it feels like everything is going that way, right? Because even when you go to this, I don't know, the supermarket, they're always changing prices on, I don't know, on bread. Oh, this bread was $2.99 last week. This week we'll give it to you for $1.99. It's not on the daily, but it does happen, I think, on a weekly basis.
Yeah. This dynamic pricing, I've seen it in other places. There's a place here in Spain that's kind of like Best Buy, but in Spain. And they sell all types of, electronics, household items, whatever. And I was wanting to get this beard trimmer. And it costs 27. But I seen it on sale for like $19.99. But then I would go sometimes and it's like, oh, it's 21. And then I'm like, damn, that's weird. Like it changes like in so little increments. And one day it was 24. And I'm like, what the fuck? These motherfuckers really be trying to like sell it at certain price at certain times. And then one day I went, it was at $19.99, the lowest, and I bought it. And when I looked at the actual price tag, all of the price tags in that place, they look like a fucking paper thing that's been put with a marker, but it's digital, bro. It's an LCD screen, and that shit, they change it with a fucking computer. I went there a few days later, the motherfucker was $17.99. and it sucks because you don't care about the $2. It's more like, God damn it, I thought I had gotten it at the best one. It's more like a pride thing.
I don't know. I feel you because I have seen the same things that you're talking about. It's the same with the other day I was trying to buy something online, and then they're like, "Oh, first time buyer get 50% off. If you sign up for our newsletter, you get 20% off. But if you get our text messages, you get 25% off." So it's a little bit of that too. It's like, all right, first time buyer, ooh, they gave me 15%, and then you keep looking and clicking away, and then all of a sudden they give you like 25%. I mean, and by the end of it, it's basically the same price. Because with the shipping, the handling, all this fucking tax bullshit that they're adding.
Nah, you get fucked regardless. You're already fucked before you even thought about it.
You get fucked once you see the ad on, I don't know, on Instagram when it pops up. You're like, all right, I want that shit.
This dynamic pricing does bring, a different sort of thing to this whole buying stuff. And I think it's not only happening in the fast food world, it's happening everywhere. But it's interesting. Maybe it isn't all that bad. Maybe the fact that you can have dynamic pricing means that you can lower things down whenever you, for some reason, maybe like certain products you stock up, the store stocks on, and for some reason they got it at a better price the next time. So they're like, oh, we can afford lowering the prices on this. And because we have this dynamic pricing structure, we could do it. It is true we're going to raise it on certain things at once, but maybe at the end of the day, it's going to benefit the consumer because they're going to be able to sell more and we get a better price. Kind of like what Costco does, Walmart, they buy, bulk and then they sell it cheaper. All right, well, dynamic pricing, I mean, I'm not totally against it, but it did alert me when I was like, wait, Wendy's is going to have like different prices every day. I'm like, that's a little scary.
Now, does the news tell you how it's going to work? Like if you go in on a Wednesday night, it's going to be cheaper or more expensive?
No, but I mean, it's pretty much going to be like based on the time of the day and demand. So they might have some... what happened is so many people like me went a little crazy. They're like, what the fuck is happening? That they were like, hey, chill, guys. We heard you. We're not even going to do anything like that anymore. Like, it's not even like that. Like, they were like, it's really just only going to benefit you. Like, what this is going to do is that we're going to be able to put offers at times of the day, but it's never going to mean we're going to raise it. Apparently, allegedly.
Do you remember when we were younger,
I remember.
there was the dollar menu?
Right.
And then they raised the prices and they had to take off the dollar menu name on it. And it's value menu, right? It's like $2.99 for a chicken burrito that used to cost $1. Now it's $2.99, but they can't call it a dollar menu anymore.
Right, it's a value menu.
It's not the value menu.
It's a broke motherfucker menu. No, I mean, it's crazy. And I don't know. It does scare me a little bit to think, like, I wake up one day and if I want to get like a Frosty from Wendy's and some baked potatoes, maybe I have the $5.95 that I always have and I need. And then that day they're like, no, the stock price went up, motherfucker. This shit is $8.40.
And how are they going to base a price from? Like just the demand, but from
Bro,
the demand of that
the
store
stock market,
whole...
dog. This shit's gonna be like, people are gonna be like, oh shit, right now.
So it's basically gonna be the Wolf of Wall Street in Wendy's.
Motherfucker, bro, you think there's gonna be some Wolf of Wall Streets on that bitch? The Frosty just spiked. It went up crazy, double the price.
Instead of Margot Robbie, we're gonna have.
I mean, but it is crazy. I mean, I think people should start getting into the Wendy's stock game right away. You can start if you start right now. If you start buying baked potatoes right now, the price is super low. You can sell them tonight at the high price, bro. Let's say you get, those Yetis, coolers. Like they're very popular. They keep things like insulated. You go and you get like, for example, 40 Frosties. You put them bitches on the Yeti. And then, bro, you flip that shit later when the price goes up. So I think that this just opens up the opportunities. I think business can really bloom from this. I think people just need to put their minds to it. Are you gonna start getting in the frosty game right now?
I'm starting to put money on it right now.
Okay, you already got the money. Gotta get a freezer.
$1,000.
You gotta get
Wendy's stock price. It's $18.
right now. Has it gone
Yeah.
up or down?
It went up to 13 cents.
Okay, you see, that's because we started talking about it.
And McDonald's went down. So fuck
You
them.
see, dude, we moved the market. So what I'm trying to say is, get on that frosty game. Sell all your Bitcoin. All that shit is bullshit. Get on the frosty tip. All right.
The frosty tip, right?
All right. Okay. Much love. Madrid, San Francisco. Direct connection through Elon Musk's Starlink internet. Please leave reviews. Right now we got a 3.7 on Spotify, which still hurts me. So if we get 3 of you to leave a 5-star, that shit will put me up. And I'll be able to get an erection again. No, because
Okay.
remember I told you I went to the urinary doctor, and she said I'm not getting an erection, and I told her it's because I have a 3.7 review on Spotify, and it really hurts. So please review it, leave a 5-star, Spotify and iTunes, and I might start getting my erectile dysfunction functioning again. No pun intended. All right, peace.